Hello and welcome back to another adventure in crafting. Today we are transforming my home into a winter wonderland. From icy window displays to teeny tiny ice rinks, we are embracing the enchantment of snowstorm surprises. Now let's go and explore how to throw the perfect penguin party. January 20th is a special day in my household. It's National Penguin Day and also my mom's birthday. So this year we decided to throw her a penguin themed party, which was perfect timing because it turned out a massive snowstorm hit a few days later. So we kept this penguin party going all weekend. To get started, I knew I wanted to build an iceberg scene in my front window. I took some blue cellophane left over from wrapping gift baskets and I started layering pieces on the windows. The cellophane was a breeze to work with because the static cling would hold it in place before taping. FYI, I used regular Scotch tape, which ended up being very visible in certain sunlight. It didn't bother me, but you could swap it out for something a little more see-through. For the layout, I added pieces of blue here and there. I just made sure that they lined up at the edge of each window pane so it looked like one continuous landscape. Then for the top layer, I used a roll of white butcher paper. The white ice was the areas where there was no cellophane added. You can see how the layers of the blue cellophane add to the depth. I love how the cellophane ended up looking like icy waters around my iceberg. Next came the penguins. Using the Cricut machine, I cut some penguins from black cardstock paper. My kiddo had a great time gluing these penguins onto the iceberg, complete with little storylines for each of her penguin families. For the top, I made larger suncatcher penguins with white tissue paper that changed with the sunlight. Very fancy. For more sun-catching fun, I made snowflake sun catchers with tissue paper and more blue cellophane. The tissue paper gives off this lovely glow in the window, while the cellophane casts reflections on the walls. Now these snowflakes were a little small to get a clear image, but on a larger scale, cellophane can do amazing things. We topped off the window with traditional snowflake cutouts. My kid tried her hand at making the snowflakes, but ended up creating an abominable snowman instead, which I feel was in theme. So this window was so cool, it was ice cold. I love the results both inside and out. Highly recommend this as a project. Moving on to other decorations, we made a penguin banner using white paper from my kid's crafting easel. Earlier that week, I replaced all her usual art supplies with only blue and purple shades, and she was thrilled to paint away when I told her we would be using her paintings for Mimi's birthday party. I cut the amazing artwork into bunting shapes and added a bottom layer in different shades of blue. For the penguins, I freestyled simple penguin shapes from black paper and used torn up white paper for the center. My little one is in a total glue phase, so this project was right up her alley. If you're interested in making this project but freestyle cutting isn't really your thing, I've got a printable template ready and it includes the 2 layers of bunting as well as all your penguin pieces and a link to the instructions. Of course, it wouldn't be a table setting as my life party without a whimsical centerpiece, so may I introduce to you my paper penguin family. I crafted this adorable trio using black and white cardstock. Again, when it came to cutting, I just freestyled some silhouettes. But the first penguin did look remarkably like Alfred Hitchcock, so it took me a couple tries to get the proportions right. I added a paper strip between 2 cutouts to make the penguin stand. If you would like to avoid your own Hitchcock hiccup, templates are now available, complete with both size penguins and crafting instructions, and that link is in the description. And finally, no penguin party would be complete without a place for them to skate. Using an empty ice tray, I placed the penguin figures, then added a small layer of water. To make the blue color, I used the water from rinsing the paintbrushes from the previous project. The paint is non-toxic, but we're already past the phase of putting things in your mouth, So if that is a concern for you, there are plenty of various food coloring options online. And of course, if anybody has any tips they want to share, please leave them in the comments. For the rink, I used an old baking sheet and taped down some leftover scraps of blue paper. Just a few freezing tips. Place your tray in the freezer first before adding the water. Yes, I did make that mistake. I also did 2 layers of ice to help build up my sledding hill, which the penguins really seem to love skating down. This penguin party was a blast to put together for my mom, aka Mimi. It was awesome finding ways to include my kids' skill set into decorating because as much as my mom loves my artwork, she really loves her granddaughters even more. And of course, when we started making the decorations, we did not know a huge snowstorm was coming our way, and it ended up being the perfect theme for a wintry, snowy weekend. If you're looking for more penguin projects and party decorations, check out my Etsy store or the Table Setting is My Life website. And don't forget to hit subscribe for more adventures in crafting.